What's good, guys? It's JDL, and today we're going to be rebuilding the Sacramento Kings. Now, Kings fans, I think your team is officially cursed because I literally recorded this the other day, found out for no reason my computer decided not to record any audio. This ended up being my championship team with the Kings. We're kind of starting backward in this video, but I don't know if we're going to be able to achieve this team again. We will see. Starting all ogre. Goodbye, Kings championship team. Before we get started, I wanted to just say something real quick, guys. I am sorry for not uploading a lot on this channel or my main channel lately. Obviously, with the holiday break, I took some time off. Now, unfortunately, like toward the end of the holiday break, I got like violently sick. I was bedridden for multiple days. I had like a crazy allergy symptom, like full body hives, throat closing, the whole deal. Ended up having to go to the hospital for like chest pain and shortness of breath toward the end of it. And then I had to evacuate my apartment on Wednesday last week because of the fires here in California. So it's just been a horrible start to the year for me in 2025. But I'm here to upload consistently on JDL just like I did at the end of last year. So I'm sorry for the break here. I wanted to get this video out sooner, but literally didn't have any audio. So without further ado, here we go with a rebuild of the Sacramento Kings. Now off rip, I really didn't like the Kings offseason. DeMar DeRozan, I felt like this was such a like last ditch effort to try to save this core, and I just don't believe in this core. I do believe in De'Aaron Fox. I don't think defensively this team will ever hold up the right way with Sabonis. I also feel like as an offensive player, I don't think Sabonis is honestly in the tier of guys who are 1A or 1B championship level players, and I feel like on this team, the hierarchy between him and Fox is never quite clear enough. Malik Monk is like pretty hyped up, but last year when he was competing for 6th man of the year, the Kings were getting outscored. He wasn't leading to like the Kings outscoring the other team while he was on the court. Also, the backcourt with Monk and Fox, both guys are 6'3". I want a little bit more height at my starting 2-guard spot. Now, we do have 6'4" Keon Ellis as a nice piece on this team. Definitely a long-term keeper. And Keegan Murray, a guy that I really like, 6'8", some decent size, can really shoot the three. A great complimentary piece for Fox. Huerter was, I feel like, kind of everything I'm describing in the player that I want for this team. He's got good height. He can play the 2, but for whatever reason, I feel like Huerter is just kind of trickled down over the course of his career. I'm not like a Kevin Huerter mainliner. I'm not keeping up with the Kevin Huerter injury juice news, but I don't know. So first order of business for me, I'm going to be trading Malik Monk for Kelly Oubre and Caleb Martin. Kelly Oubre is on a great cost-controlled contract with a team option. He's got that 6'8" size I'm looking for, much more defensive upside than a Malik Monk. Caleb Martin, a little underwhelming with the Sixers, but good bench depth. And again, another super cost-controlled contract. These guys together are getting paid less than Malik Monk, so I like that. Now, I will try to win with Sabonis as long as I can, even though I'm not a true believer in the Sabonis at center being good enough to get it all done. But we definitely need to supplant Sabonis with a backup center. We just traded Alex Len, but he was really not going to be good enough either. So let's see if we can move off of this Huerter contract. I'm not seeing a trade for a center that I really like, but I do like this trade to get Jonathan Isaac. He's on a really interesting contract where it's just basically $15 million a year right after this 125. I do have to give up a first-round pick, but I honestly think it's worth it for a guy who's going to be leading my bench unit with Keon Ellis for the next 2-3 seasons. So here in year one, we've got De'Aaron Fox, Kelly Oubre, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, and Domantis Sabonis. I'm not really in love with this team again. I don't really love the DeMar fit on this team. I just don't like taking the ball out of Sabonis and Fox's hands when I both feel like they're better players than DeRozan, and I feel like DeRozan is not quite the off-the-ball player that I really feel like my third option kind of has the mentality, the tendencies, shot diet that I want. So I'm going to look to move DeMar, but because I try to keep the rebuilds somewhat realistic, we're going to wait till mid-season when they actually could trade him. So with that in mind, let's go to the actual date, January 11th, the day I'm now recording this. Let's see how we stack up versus the real Sacramento Kings record. So in real life, the Kings were 19-19. In the game, we are 19-19. We just like the Kings for real. So let's see what I can do with DeRozan. So I've been offered Corey Kispert. I think it's a really interesting piece. We already made the Oubre trade, so I don't necessarily need a player with this kind of profile. But I think having him, Jonathan Isaac, and Keegan Murray, I've got a lot of big wings who can shoot the three, which I think is a good skill set. I just kind of also want to get off this DeMar money. 24 a year. Don't think we need it. Bagley can be the backup center I've been looking for this season, even though I'm not a big Bagley guy. He's a little undersized as a center also. All right, so after these trades, we've got De'Aaron Fox, Kelly Oubre, Keegan Murray, Jonathan Isaac, Sabonis. Off the bench, I've got Keon Ellis, Corey Kispert, Marvin Bagley, and Caleb Martin. So I've got a lot of size and shooting in the starting lineup. A pretty good team, I think, built around Sabonis. I still think we're too flawed defensively, really, to be honest. I pretty much just own my own draft picks. I would love to get more draft capital, and I feel like Caleb Martin maybe is the odd man out right now in this lineup. But at the moment, no one wants to give me draft draft capital for him, so I'm cool just chilling on that. I have us in pretty decent cap position heading into the next year because of the types of contracts we've traded for. So we were 500 before all these trades. The Kings are 500 in real life. Let's see if I've actually improved the team. At this point, we're going to simulate the rest of the regular season. Okay, Luka Doncic won the MVP, 32.99. But let's talk about my Sacramento Kings. I got De'Aaron Fox on the All-NBA third team, and I finished 52-30. So after being 19-19, I went 33-11, which probably would have been one of the best records in the NBA. So we are on a hot streak to end that season. Hot! De'Aaron Fox just totally carried. I'm having the team play through him. I really do think he's my true number one option on this team. Nice contributions from everybody. I mean, we have a nice balanced team. Just got a lot of guys built around our 2 stars. So we are here in round 1 against the San Antonio Spurs. They got the Chris Paul Wemby lineup, which is terrifying. But outside of that, outside of Vassell, I'm not too afraid of this team. And we were one of the best teams in the NBA after my flurry of moves. And it's showing right now with our 2-1 lead. That's a 3-1 lead. And we're not going to Warriors this. We might Warriors this. We are up 4-2 and we won. Okay, now here's where this gets tough. We got the Dallas Mavericks, which is like the death lineup team of the NBA. I'm gonna try to make a game plan that can, you know, beat this Mavs team, but let's be real. It's a tough task here. This is a nice matchup though to have our boy Jonathan Isaac. But between Isaac and Fox, I think I have decent answers for Kyrie and Luka. All right, here we go. Game 1 against the Mavericks. Oh no, this stupid glitch. Bro, I don't even know who it's talking about. All right, game 1 against the Mavericks. Dude. Game 1 against the Mavericks. What is this? Who the fuck is Isaiah Crawford? All right, let's go. Game 1 against the Mavericks. Oh my goodness. Bro, I don't know how to fix that. That is so annoying, dude. I hate how this game, 2K needs to get better, bro. This is unacceptable. All right, they won game 1. I hate feeling like I have no power over what it's doing because it's just going to automatically change all my stuff. Maybe I was going to lose anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making excuses. We're down 2-1. Here we go. 2-2. Home teams are undefeated. Home teams are undefeated. Are we going to win at our home? No, we're going to lose in Sac. All right. So second round playoff appearance. Honestly, not bad. The way the Kings' real season is projecting, I feel like that's a pretty acceptable exit. So the Hawks have our pick, which was number 24. Jazz number 1. Hornets 2. Rockets. Nothing too surprising in that top 5. So obviously, we are going to be bringing back Ellis, Oubre, and Murray. We are definitely not bringing back glitchy ass Isaiah Crawford. So really, I just want to bring in a backup center. I know we had Marvin Bagley, but I think Luke Cornett is the guy I'm going to roll with here. A lot cheaper, bigger. We're going to make this trade. Signing for Luke Cornett. All right, so my team is looking pretty solid right now heading into the second season. We had a pretty good first year. We definitely improved the team. I feel like we have a better future outlook at the moment. So I've got De'Aaron Fox, Corey Kispert, Keegan Murray, Jonathan Isaac, Sabonis, Ellis, Oubre, Martin, and Cornett off the bench. I'm going to go to the trade deadline. I have a feeling we're going to be a pretty good team, but let's just see what ends up happening with that. I don't know. And I got offered Bam for Sabonis. I don't think either team would do that, so we're going to decline that. But off to a good start here, 7-2. We will see what ends up happening, and we will make moves at the trade deadline. On that day, we are 39-13, number 1 in the Western Conference. We're an okay offensive team, and we are the number 1 defense. So my defensive concerns may be a little overblown, but our offense is a little scary to me. I feel like it should be better. We're only 4th in point differential. I'm in a really good spot roster-wise. I have a lot of flexibility to make trades because we have a lot of 3-and-D wings. I've got Ellis off my bench who can play the 2 guard if I needed to trade a Kispert, and I do have Devin Carter, the Kings draft pick in real life. He is developing here on our bench. He's cost controlled, so he can just slot into that bench role that Ellis took. So I have a lot of flexibility to make the big Sabonis trade that I've just been wanting to make. I got offered Kevin Durant, which is fascinating, but we don't have a center. Yeah, I just don't have any trades that I'm like loving here. All right, I'm going to trade Caleb Martin and a 2nd round pick for Nick Richards. The Clippers are offering me this Kawhi Leonard, Ivica Zubac trade, which I have to give up a 1st round pick, but my picks aren't going to be very good. Oubre, I'd have to re-sign to a long-term contract after the season. And Sabonis, I have just never quite believed in. Oh man, I'm the number 1 team in the West, but sometimes I feel like this is a needed trade. So I'm going to do it. I want to see if I can do one more upgrade because I've got Nick Richards on the bench. I don't quite need Cornett anymore. Can I do one more upgrade? Can I maybe get a power forward with more proper size? I feel like Isaac, now that I have Leonard, is a little bit more. I don't need him quite as much. I'm going to trade Luke Cornett for this rookie, Hovan Sanan, to see if he's a little development project for me. Okay, so right now I've got De'Aaron Fox, Corey Kispert, Kawhi Leonard, Keegan Murray, Ivica Zubac. Off the bench, I've got Keon Ellis, Isaac, Richards, and Devin Carter. Liking the team. I'm liking the team. I still kind of want to get a real proper 4 who's less of a perimeter 4 and more of a proper 4, but I still think this team has a good shot to win the title, so let's see if we can do it here in year 2. We had 64 wins, only 18 losses, an amazing season. Doncic the MVP. Hopefully this is the year we beat them in the playoffs. And De'Aaron Fox was an all-NBA second team once again. Sabonis made third team for the Clippers, but we're not worried about him. And somehow we are only the 2 seed. Wow, the Mavericks had 65 wins. They narrowly beat us out. I am definitely still afraid of them. Also, the Spurs with 61 wins is scary. We're on their side of the bracket. Here in round 1, we're going against the Warriors without Steph Curry. I mean, this Warriors team is kind of garbage. I feel like I shouldn't simulate the round, but you know what? I'm going to do it. Okay. Woo! We went down 2-1, but we won 4-2. And now we've got the Spurs. We beat them last year. We've got Alec Burks at point guard. Huh? I feel like we should be able to beat this team. Hopefully Zubac can slow down Wemby. I'm definitely terrified of this Wemby matchup for us. All right, here we go against the Spurs. Game 1. They beat us by a blowout. We beat them in game 2. Now we're going to San Antonio, and we still take it. It's 2-2 after 4. It's 3-2 them. Oh my God, I hit sim round, and it's 4-3. Okay, we won. Oh my God. And I guess we get lucky because the Thunder upset the Mavericks in game 7, but the Thunder themselves are just terrifying to play. Shea, Wallace, Dort, Williams. Williams is a 90 overall now. Chet's a 92. I mean, that's a team I don't want to mess with, man. I don't want to have to deal with this team. Okay, I'm going to start Ellis in this series over Kispert because of the higher perimeter defense. Ellis, you're going to have to do your best on Shea, man. You're going to have to do your best, bro. Just don't get cooked. Goal for this series is just get the ball out of Shea's hand as much as possible, make everybody else beat us, even though the supporting cast is pretty good here. Yeah, and they got Hartenstein coming off the bench. I mean, the Thunder are just an amazing team, but we got game 1 by 2. We got game 2. They got game 3 in OKC. Game 4 we take. And we are in the NBA Finals. Let's go. Okay. And we got the Boston Celtics. Both. Whoa, that was weird. Both Fox and Tatum averaged 27.8 points per game to get here. Okay, the Boston Celtics. Now, this team terrifies me, to be honest. I mean, just size, shooting, kind of everything my team has. Even their center can shoot, though. Mine's more down low. This is another series where I am going to start Ellis over Kispert. And this is what we brought Kawhi Leonard for. Matchups like Jason Tatum. This is going to be a tough one. Bro, even Peyton Pritchard is scary, bro. This man can't shoot. All right, I feel decent, though. We take game 1, 2, 3. They can't handle us. They can't handle us. We bring the Sacramento Kings an NBA championship here in year 2. De'Aaron Fox, 33 points a game to win the finals MVP. That completes our rebuild of the Kings. Our roster: Fox, Kispert, Leonard, Murray, Zubac. Although Kispert did not start a lot in the playoffs for us, I had to switch him out. Really like this lineup. A lot of versatility, a lot of shooting, a lot of drive and kick game with Fox. You know, the Murray, Leonard, Kispert core. Slide into Ellis, Isaac. You can run the same stuff. We got Carter off the bench. When I originally rebuilt the Kings, it was pretty similar, except it was a lot more Zion focused. So kind of interesting to see me rebuild this team with 2 different builds. In both of them, I kept Fox and moved Sabonis on, but I'm happy with how this rebuild turned out, man. This is a fun team. I like this lineup. Kawhi Leonard, of course, maybe not so realistic to see him holding up 2 years from now in a playoff run, but he did just come back, so there's always a possibility. You never know. If you enjoyed this rebuild, though, click right here to look at my Philadelphia 76ers rebuild. That was also a fun one. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.